This boy, am I mute? We're removing all background noise so no one can hear it. Okay. Okay, cool. Microphone. My mic. Which audio? You're using your microphone, your computer. One. Audio settings. Test.
Welcome. Thank you for coming. You're just a few minutes early, so we are testing the video quality to get the meeting ready.
Speaker testing. Yeah. Microphone. Microphone. Oh, okay, cool. Okay, we'll save. Right. Audio connection. Kenneth Walker. You will remove it. Here, raise audio options. Following system, microphone, built-in noise optional audio settings. Speaker. Noise removal. Unverified. Is this step away from the meeting? More options. Move to stage. Hmm. Okay. I'll turn off my mic.
Well, I don't think you should be typing the talking super close. You have to. Mhm. Okay. Is it good? Is it like really loud?
Not sure how you had it before. So,
Here, detective skin. Walk a little bit to the right. Here's the CD. That's detective skin. Ladies and gentlemen, I think so. Since I get the okay from Special Arms and the ADM, we'll get started immediately. Just waiting for your okay.
Good evening, everyone. We're getting ready to start the meeting up. That is for online participants as well as for those that are in the space. Thank you for taking the time to be present with us for the February 2025 Community Board 17 meeting. Chairperson will open the meeting shortly. Please do be mindful that there are microphones in the aisleways that can be utilized during speaking portions from the audience. Unless, of course, you are a committee chairperson, an agency, representative, or an elected official, who would then otherwise report to the podium. Please just remember in mindfulness, be respectful at all times of folks that are in the space, meaning allow one person to speak at a time. When you would like to speak, please politely raise your hand or walk over to a microphone if you're going to time. If there are any questions or concerns as related to general logistics of the space, the quorum, safety, etc., feel free to find me. My name is Melanie. I'm your sergeant at arms. And we also have our assistant district manager, Ms. Farrell, who's over there raising her hand. Chanel, you're ready.
Thank you, Sergeant Wilkins.
She's starting the meeting. Okay.
Okay, we're good to go.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, the time is now 7:12. Meeting, I'm Roger Daly, I'm the chair of the Board 17. The meeting has officially come to order. We'll begin with our chairman's report. So, good evening, everyone. Please remember our rules of conduct. Please keep comments 2 minutes and only address the chair or whatever the chair of the board. Only try to limit the amount of questions from the floor. Other questions should be asked of the agency on the side. While speaking of that, when the NYPD come up with that is Stillinger or Captain Stillinger comes up with the NYPD. Please start reserving the questions about our cars. Speak to Detective Skinner on the side, and we'll talk about what is happening in our cars. I'm concerned, especially the second. This is Black History Month. Know that there has been a push to the eyes push away from cultural identifying situations, but I will continue to celebrate and I ask people to think about innovations and impact that has happened through Black history and the likes
throughout society as you discuss with your friends and families in your circles. It's with sadness that I say that our chair of public safety and transportation has had to resign for a number of reasons. And Osna Lewis, and I want to thank him publicly for his years of service as the chair and also as a member of the board. He has been a stalwart for our community. On that note, I don't see her in the audience as yet, but when she gets here, I will continue to acknowledge her. Our new chair of public safety will be Khadija Oluwo. She will now be starting the helm as chair of the public safety and transportation. I did send out a few emails today to identify her as the new chair of public safety and transportation. Chair Berlat, please stand. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like, actually, no, let's do the opposite. Chair Berlat, please be seated. Everyone else, please stand. I would like to take a moment of silence. Last week, what's the date exactly? No, the date of death. On February 3rd, Berlat lost her father. And so I would just like to take a moment of silence with the I forgot the word I'm looking for, from the audience, from the board members. If it's okay with the board members, take a moment of silence to recognize her father in this moment of her grief and her family's grief. Is that okay with the board? May his soul rest in peace. I would also like to extend condolences to Dr. Cal Renault, who is away. She has also lost a family member. She had to actually fly on an emergency trip down for the burial of her family member. So please keep her in your prayers as she traveled and be with family. SUNY Downstate will have a meeting on February 27th at Mega Everts. You'll be talking about that as well, right? All right, our second vice chair and chair of social services will talk about that as well. I had the opportunity to attend one here right here in Downstate. And so it was, if you have concerns, comments about SUNY Downstate, please refer to Chair Oni and the social services join the committee. Her next meeting is on Monday, right? The 24th. And she'll talk about her committee and what they're doing to assist with SUNY Downstate. I had the pleasure, and also our chair, Afray, will talk about it as well, to be in a meeting with our government agencies with an issue, and I could never pronounce his name right, the Costali, on Troy Avenue, and to see that we've had 2 meetings, and that discussion will continue. We do have a letter from the city council member that was sent off to the state agency to deal with the issues as the community has related to us. Our newsletter and constant contact are up. Please sign up to receive notification. And while your friends and family are not looking and you know they need to get involved, sign them up too. All right, so they'll get the information, and chairs and committee members, board members, please send out information to highlight what it is that you're doing within the community. And that ends my report. Thank you. Are there any questions related to my report? Okay, with that being said, district manager is not here. We'll bring up our assistant district manager.
So, can you guys hear me all right?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So good evening, everyone. Ms. Frazier was unable to make it today, so I will be covering for her. For those of you who don't know, my name is Notion Farah. I'm the Assistant District Manager for Community Board 17. And I want to begin tonight with a happy belated Valentine's Day and happy Black History Month. And I will move on to some updates from the CV17 office. So the first thing I want to mention is the newsletter, which Mr. Daly has previously mentioned, which is that we have officially launched our monthly newsletter, and many of you have already received our first edition. Going forward, we encourage our community partners and elected officials to send any flyers or announcements to nfarah@cb.nyc.gov for inclusion, and that's Farah without an H. The newsletter will always be published the day after our general board meeting, so the next edition will be out tomorrow, and the one after that will be on March 20th. If you'd like to join the newsletter, the sign-up form is on the homepage of the CB17 website, or you can find me anywhere here and I will sign you up there. Speaking of websites, over the next month, I've received training from OTI in ways to improve our website's accessibility, making sure we comply with local law 26 to make sure that our website is accessible to those with disabilities. You might have already noticed some structural changes to the website, and I'm working on implementing some well-needed updates to make sure that.
I'm ready to have a conversation. I've always been ready to have a conversation. It's a joy.
I'm sorry, the person online, can you please mute yourself? Please mute yourself online. Thank you.
They've muted themselves. Okay. So the next thing is that we've been working on updating our committee meetings to the CB17 YouTube channel. So you might have seen, if you're subscribed, you'll see a bunch of YouTube videos being batch uploaded. And next up, on February 13th, Ms. Wilkerson and I attended a workshop hosted by Urban Land Institute to better understand New York City rezoning processes and procedures. If you're interested in learning about the organization or any future events or workshops, it's open to the public. I will include their information in tomorrow's newsletter.
No.
The next matter I'd like to discuss is DeCastole, which Mr. Daly has already mentioned, so I'll keep it brief. On February 13th, CB17 organized and hosted a virtual meeting regarding DeCastole Karting's permit for continued operations and proposed reconfigurations at 1481 Troy Avenue. After the meeting, we sent a follow-up letter to DeCastole along with outstanding questions to the community. The Land Use and Rezoning Committee will provide more information in their committee report. I wanted to take a moment to thank Chair Affray and Chair Wilkerson for leading this effort, Ms. Frazier for organizing and facilitating the meeting, Councilmember Farah Lewis and Assemblymember Monique Chandler Waterman's offices for listening to community concerns and actively working on this issue. I would also like to thank Chair Daly. And last but not least, I would like to thank Mr. George Tate for bringing this to the community's attention. Your dedication to public service is an inspiration to all of us. And lastly, Community Board 17 is looking to hire a full-time community associate. Please refer to the copies in the back for specifics about the job posting. The posting is currently on the website and will also be distributed via our monthly newsletter. This position is open to the public and we'll be accepting resumes till the end of March. And that concludes my report. Does anyone have any questions?
The constant contact.
Yes.
Can somebody, if they want to sign up, they have to send you an email, or can they sign up through constant contact?
They can sign up. So the actual sign up form is in the front page of our website. So if you go to the homepage and you scroll down, you'll see it there. But if you're having difficulties, you can always find me anywhere or send me an email and I'll get you situated.
Thank you. Are there any other questions for the Assistant District Manager? Is that a question, Mr. Frey? No? Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Next on the agenda will be committee reports. Again, committee members, you are asked to submit reports. If you have not, and you do have a report, please make sure that you stay within 2 minutes. All right. The budget is not here. However, for all of the committee members, and if you're not a committee member, on the website, am I correct as well? That the ask from the budgetary committee has been posted. So for any of you, and you need a copy of FY 25-26, whatever the requests, there you can get a copy of the email, and it will be posted on the website as well. Yeah, thank you very much. All right, Mr. McCabe had to be called away, and so he's not here. Commerce. Chair.
Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Good evening, everyone. Hope you're doing well. Hassan Bakrdine, Commerce Committee Chair. So just want to go through this really, really quick. We had a number of successful walkthroughs in the community where the committee members, as well as representatives from New York Small Business Services and the Brooklyn Chamber of Commerce, along with Councilmember Lewis's office, where we go in and actually talk to the business owners. So we did a walkthrough on Avenue D. This is the second round of a business walkthrough on February 24th, which was very successful. We walked from Albany Avenue to, sorry, it's February 4th. We walked all the way from Albany Avenue to East 53rd. We had another walkthrough just yesterday at Nostrand Avenue, which was extremely successful as well. And again, we got a lot of great information talking to the business owners, really talking about their specific challenges. So we're going to continue to do that. We do have one scheduled for February 28th with the Commissioner for the New York Small Business Services, as well as Randy Chambers from the Brooklyn Chamber. He's the CEO of that. So we're going to be doing that at a number of different sites and sort of closing out the month on that. Update on the business networking breakfast. On which tentative we have a date for March 26th at SUNY Downstate. So I'll keep you guys posted on that. The reason why we haven't got the date set yet is that it's decided by committee in terms of us having it. So gone are the days that we had one person to talk to and we got it. So we're waiting on that. And then we have lastly, oh no, I think that's it. I'm done. Thank you very much. And I'll talk to you guys soon.
Thank you, Chair Bakrdine. Now we'll have education and youth, followed by land use / rezoning.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Gail Granderson. I'm the Chair of Youth and Education. Just quickly, youth happening for this year. You might have seen the flyers at the back. The scheduled date is Thursday, August 7th. You will be receiving more information around it, but I ask if you can please put it on your calendars. And if you want to volunteer, donate, or anything you want to contribute for the event, please reach out to Miss Farah at the board office, and she will assist you or guide you on how you can contribute or donate to us. Sesame Flyers is having a teen sip and paint on February 28th. Please reach out to them for more information. It's at 5 p.m. If you're available and you have young kids or teenagers, please go out and celebrate. Sip and paints are usually a lot of fun. And the SYEP applications for 2025 are now available. You can go online and just type in SYEP. The website will come up, but I will have Ms. Farah send out this information to the members tomorrow. And our committee meetings are every second Wednesday of the month. Next month, February 12th, we will have Ms. Smith. March 12th, thank you. Ms. Smith from Uncommon Schools will be giving a presentation about the school and the programs that it offers. So please join us for that meeting. Thank you.
And Uncommon Schools is, what is Uncommon Schools?
Uncommon School is a public charter school, and there are a couple of them in our community. So she will be speaking more around them, their location, and what programs they have for the community.
All right. And as a former educator, I can tell you that Uncommon Schools has one of the better charter schools in the city, citywide. Land use rezoning, followed by parks and beautification. Pardon me?
Seems like everyone spoke about it already, but I'll touch on it. Good evening, everyone. My name is Kwame Lafray, and I'm the Land Use Committee Chair. So this is making noise for audio. On January 23rd, a public hearing was held for DeCosto Karting, which has been spoken about. It's a business that's located on 1481 Troy Avenue between Farragut and Glenwood. I attended the meeting along with various other committee or community board and residents. It was interesting meeting, given various forms of information that was distributed, but the sentiment of the meeting was that they didn't really do a great job of notifying not only the directly impacted residents, along with various officers, including our own, which we thank George Tate for being the whistleblower for that. Subsequently, we followed that conversation and continued into my land use committee meeting or our land use committee meeting on February 6th, which we touched on it. And then ultimately that ended up being that ended up turning into an ultimate open forum meeting on February 13th, which we gave more than adequate notification, I believe, to the residents to attend, and created a forum and platform for them to actually be able to give us their questions, which we subsequently we submitted to the business the following day, and we gave them a deadline for the 21st, which I think is Friday. And then ultimately, should we get confirmation from the business and our agency that will be giving them or potentially be awarding them the permit that they're seeking, the March 6th Land Use Committee meeting would be dedicated to that forum and for that business. And I want to make that clear. So look out for any notifications that's going to confirm that once we receive confirmation from both parties. If you're affected, I feel like everybody should be interested in what's going on with this particular business, being the nature of the business, the history that the business has had in the neighborhood. And, you know, it's something that's coming in the future. So I thank everybody that came and attended, and that ends my report. Got anything to add? All right. Good. Questions?
Chair Wilkinson, you have anything to add? No? All right, perfect. Thank you. Are there any questions? Yes, please step to the mic. Right here, please. State your name. The young man in the hat right there. You raised your hand. Oh, it was waving. Oh. Gotcha. Parks and beautification, followed by sanitation. He's not here. He's probably still on vacation. Excuse him. Followed by social services.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Berlotte Antoine. I'm the chair for the Parks and Beautification Committee. We had our meeting on February 4th, where we had 3 presenters, and among them we had Danielle Arietta from Councilwoman Farah Lewis' office, talking about capital improvement for the parks. I know that you all need to you want to have beautiful parks. However, there is a process for that, and Danielle will be back on March 4th to answer your question about Podegate Park and Tilden Park, because we are working with the elected officials to see how we can have nice parks for you. Also on March 4th, we will have a presentation on plant poisoning. Plants are nice and beautiful. However, some plants have poison as well. You need to be educated on that. So we'll have the Department of Health coming for a presentation on plant poisoning. We are also working with public schools for a compost project to teach the kids how to use compost to have, nice plants and what to do or to sort things that can become compost. So for that, if you want to volunteer, if you are a teacher who is here, you want to work with us, please see me. I'm sitting in the back. We can talk about how you can get involved. Also, we'll be doing park cleanup. If you want your community group or schools to be part of the park cleanup group, let us know. Usually we do that on Friday or Saturday. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Questions for parks and beautification? Questions? It was 2:35 and my 11. This is both for you and Chair Granderson. We'll be doing the student work, the farmers, with the farmers market. And so let's connect with the principals to ensure that the community is aware that they have fresh produce as students. All right. Thank you.
With
Chair Rooney.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Montserrat Oni. I am Chair of the Social Services Committee. The Social Services Committee is currently planning our May Health Fair. So if you would like to participate or contribute, please reach out to the board office and they will connect you with me. And the other thing I wanted to mention, as Chair Daly did bring up, is that the second hearing to direct funding for SUNY Downstate is going to be next Thursday at 6 p.m. at Medgar Evers, the Bedford campus. To be clear, SUNY Downstate is saved already. This is not a Save SUNY Downstate meeting. The governor has officially announced she is not closing it, but she is she's directed a significant investment into Downstate. And so the question is for community members to share input on how they think that investment should be made. So if you have experience with Downstate and you think that there are maternal health issues that want to be addressed, or facilities issues, or you want to see more community education, that's the type of input that's being looked for at this meeting. If you have ideas, again, you can contact the district office or the board office, or you can message me at cb17socialservices@gmail.com. We're putting together a letter with some opinions from the Social Services Committee. So we'd love to have more input. So that would be written. But then also, if you would like to attend next Thursday, 6 p.m. At Medgar Evers. Thank you.
Are there any questions? Okay, seeing none, we have personnel. Somebody had a question? Yes, go ahead, step forward, use the mic. And state your name, please. Personnel, please just come to the mic so this will call you. Be ready.
Donna McLean Grant, not a formal question, but was asking you to repeat that contact information.
Got it. That's cb17socialservices@gmail.
Okay. Madam Chair.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Rose Graham, Chair of the Personnel Committee, and as Assistant District Manager, Ms. Farah shared that the board is in the process of hiring a full-time community associate to, ensure the work of the board is taking place, and we will be collecting resumes and we'll keep the board posted as the process moves along. And that is my report. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I just want to add one thing real fast to we need a community associate. It is important that if you know somebody who's looking for a full-time position, who has benefits, 401k, all that good stuff, and they are interested in community work, let's have them apply. The starting salary is on the site, it's on the screen, and we can continue to ask for individuals. We can't say we have a job and no one is applying. Then you're not really looking for a job. All right, so let's try to get that going. All right, thank you very much. Mr. Westcott is not here. Communications Chair, no comment. Okay, bylaws is Tricia here. I didn't see her. And the book recap is also Tricia. She's not here. Captain Schillinger, you're up.
Good evening, all. In this portion, we're entering the agency update section. Just please be mindful of the timer on the screen so that we can be mindful of the time constraints in the space. Thank you.
Five.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Captain Schillinger from the 6th/7th Precinct. I'm a commanding officer. Deputy Inspector Kozak could not attend tonight's meeting, so I'll be here to answer some questions for you. And I'm going to give you a brief overview of what we're seeing so far in 2025 this year in the 6/7 Precinct. Happy to report right now down overall crime 14%. Robberies down, felony assaults down, burglaries, grand larcenies all down. really due in due part to the hard work from the men and women in the 6-7 precinct. We're continuing historic, a great trend from 2024. We saw historic lows in shooting incidents, mainly due to 185 gun arrests, 142 guns removed from the street. So we're going to continue to work really hard and strive to beat those numbers from last year to ensure that the community is safe. That's our number one priority. I know they mentioned about parking conditions here in the 6-7 precinct. Last year, 302 cars were towed in the year of 2024. So we're looking obviously to continue that trend to ensure that these complaints for these double parked cars and derelict vehicles are answered. We have another tow operation scheduled for tomorrow. It's a joint operation with the Department of DHS and Sanitation. We have one scheduled for tomorrow. We have another tow operation scheduled for March 6th. That will go from March 6th into March 7th as well, where we're going to look to address any community issues with the parking conditions. So I can assure you that.
Can you just, are you finished?
Yeah.
Can you just the 3 incidents that happened recently within our district, the both 293rd and one in Beverly?
In terms of, all I can say is the investigation is ongoing with our detective squads. A number of those incidents are isolated. So there's only so much I can comment at this point. But, it's ongoing and our squad is working very hard on those specific incidents.
Were there any arrests or anything of the sort, or?
Two of the incidents we do have arrests on. Those are the isolated incidents. I can't speak too much further on it. And then the other 2 incidents are still in ongoing investigation.
All right, thank you. Are there any questions for Captain Schillinger? Wow, none. All right, perfect. Awesome. Thank you.
Our NCO officers are in the back. If anybody has any specific questions that they might want to answer, they're there to help you. So anything that you might need, please feel free to go back there and ask them whatever concerns that you may have.
All right, Sarge, do you have anything you want to add, or? All right, thank you.
Okay, thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you. All right, agencies. Are there any other agencies? Come on up. Agency, please line up. Question for them? Oh.
If you are an agency representative, please line up to the side of the podium, just once again. Thank you. You may proceed.
All right. Hello. Hi. So my name is Stephanie Sin. I'm the branch manager at the Rugby branch of Brooklyn Public Library, and just here with a couple of updates for myself and the 2 other branches that are part of CB17. As many of you know, Clarendon Library is officially reopened. It opened at the end of January, and their events calendar is on the desk in the back. So if you want to see any upcoming events for them. Currently, they will be offering a teen photography boot camp, which starts in April in collaboration with BRIC and Councilmember Farah Lewis's office. And teens 13 through 18 can apply now. So if you have any teens in your life and they're interested in photography, you might want to grab a flyer in the back. BPL also opened a brand new library for arts and culture in downtown Brooklyn. It's located right next to BAM. So if you're in that area, you can also check it out. The Center for Brooklyn History has a new exhibition called Traces that opened at the end of January. Just a little bit about that. If you're interested, Brooklyn's history of slavery has shaped the borough for centuries, and this exhibition encourages visitors to confront this legacy of oppression, honor ancestors, and enrich our collective understanding of the present. And this exhibition runs through the end of August, so you have time to see that. James Baldwin photo exhibit is still on view at the Central Library, if you haven't caught that yet. It'll be up until March 15th. Currently at the Rugby branch, we have free tax help on Tuesdays. You do need to make an appointment. Is that me? Sorry. And other branches throughout the system also do have free tax help. Some are by appointment, some are walk-in. So if you are looking for that, we have that free. And then coming up at the East Flatbush branch, this Friday, you can pick up free seeds from their seed library. They also have a teen art night that Friday night. On Monday, the 24th, I'm so bad at this. On Monday, the 24th, they have an adult writing circle. And then they have a Start Your Own Podcast program that's going to be in March. And the flyers for all of those events are in the back. Thank you. And any questions?
Just a quick question. The library used to do immigration paperwork. Do they still do that? So ID NYC, is that still something that's been done?
Yes, so ID NYC is something that is still done at the central library. You do need to call 311 and make an appointment in order to go and get your ID NYC. Immigration paperwork, I would have to get back to you because to my knowledge, I don't think that we do specifically, but we do have an immigration outreach department. So I would have to get back to you on that.
Okay, I'm not sure what was you at that time. But yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Sorry.
Thank you.
All right. Have a good evening. Thank you.
All right, Tyrone, comments? Natasha? Comments? Any other agencies beside those two? Yeah, I'm sorry, 1 second. Young lady in the back, you raised your hand as an agency? Okay.
Good evening, everyone. I hope you're doing well. Actually, my first CB17 meeting for the year. So it's actually good to see everyone. My name is Tyrone McDonald, and I'm with Neighborhood Housing Services of Brooklyn. I just want to share some upcoming events that we're having. On Wednesday, February the 26th, we're having a free lunch and learn workshop series. It's based on health in conjunction with Prospect Park Alliance and also the United Way. It's going to be held at the Flatbush Library at 22 Linden Boulevard on the second floor, and it's going to be from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. There will be refreshments, and the topic at hand will be maternal health. I do have some flyers in the back, also an extra one here if you want to take a copy of the QR code. On Tuesday, February the 25th at 6 p.m., we have our periodic landlord training course for anyone who either a small landlord or think about being a small landlord, 2-family, 3-family. It is free. We go over best practices, Fair Housing Act, your responsibility as a landlord, and so forth and so forth. That's going to be once again Tuesday, February the 25th at 6 p.m. Now, in conjunction with Council Member Farah Louie, on Monday, February the 24th, there'll be a homeowner benefit information session. This will be held at Nazareth Regional High School at 475 East 57th Street, and that will be from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. All right. Some of these information is on our website, so if you have any more details, you can always go to our website at nhsbrooklyn.org. I apologize for not bringing any flyers on this, but we'll be there. But State Senator Myrie is having a housing fair on Saturday from 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. That will be at Central Library at 10 Grammy Plaza. And we'll be there. So if you're a tenant, if you're a homeowner, first-time home buyer, if you're unhoused and you're looking for resources, feel free to be there. Once again, that's this Saturday, February the 22nd, from 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. at the Central Library at 10 Grammy Plaza. I'll be around if you have any questions. NHS's telephone number is 718-469-4679. We're here to help you, whether you're a first-time home buyer, homeowner, or tenant. Thank you, and look forward to speak with you.
Are there any questions for Tyrone? I'm sorry, young lady, can you, I know it's not the session, but can you just come up as well, please? Go ahead.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening. I'm Natasha.
I'm sorry. Ms. Daniels, did you have a question? Did you raise your hand or, I'm sorry, you're not Ms. Daniels. Did you raise your hand?
And I was just saying that,
Step to the mic and state your name, please.
okay, my name is Norma Watson. I was just saying that if I should step to the side also, because I'm a part of the meeting for the vote on my event space.
No, not yet.
Not yet, okay.
No problem.
Hello, good evening, everybody. I'm Natasha Estiva, the director of the Yard East.
Just put the mic close to you, Mr. Steve.
Say that again?
The mic.
Oh, it's not loving them. Hello, you can hear me now?
Yes.
I'm Natasha Estiva, director of the East Flatbush Family Enrichment Center. We will be opening on March 22nd, 2025. Our grand opening is open to community. It's also open to organizations. It's open to businesses to come by and celebrate with us. It's a ribbon cutting starting at 11 a.m. Flyers in the back for you to register. Also, we have a survey for our community members and also community organizations to fill out about different offerings, which are events and different resources that you would like to see in the community that we can bring through the yard. Also, we have our PAC interest meeting coming up. The PAC team is the Parent Advisory Council. Those are individuals that will be assigned to the FEC where they'll be able to help us decide on what happens next and how the money gets spent. This is a community-led organization, community-led community center, so we can't do nothing without the voice of the people. So we need East Flatbush to come up and let us know what they need to see and what they need in the community. And you can contact us at eastflatbushfec@risingground.org. Thank you.
I have a question. Hi, here. Would you mind reiterating the yard's address for us, please? Thank you.
Mr. Cunningham, you can join the line. Go ahead. Go ahead, come on up, step on up.
Happy new evening, everyone. How you doing? All right, thank you. My name is Brenda J. Lewis, and I'm representing Haitian Centers Council. We're at 3807 Church Avenue. We are a Haitian-based organization, but we serve everybody. If you come to the door and you need some help, we're going to do what we can to make sure you get what you need, right? And so we have mental health services. We have a Be Well community, is what we like to call it. We have many different therapists available to meet many different needs. We know grief has been a very big thing in our community, and we welcome anyone over the age of 18 to come on in and join the community, and let's have conversation that could help create healthier families, right? Because we ain't really having some of these conversations at home. And so that's what we're there to do. Mental health counseling. We also support the LGBTQ communities as well with supportive services, with testing. And we need to have more conversations. Sometimes we shy away from these things, but it's happening. We need to talk to our babies, talk to our teenagers, even some adults could use some education too. And we have other things going on too. Oh, FitBK. FitBK is a really super dope and growing fitness class that we have at Flatlands Reformed Church every Thursday at 7 p.m. It's free. We welcome everyone to come on out, bring your families, bring your babies, and just have a good time. If you have any questions, you can call me directly at 718-940-2200. My extension is 124. Again, the organization's name is Haitian Centers Council. Does anyone have any questions? Not one? Okay, that's good. I'll have some flyers in the back for you. Thank you so much for this time. Have a great night.
Thank you, Sabrina. Mr. Cunningham? Are there any other agencies? Okay,
Can I speak tonight? When he's finished?
I'm sorry, who's that?
Hi, Arna Lipkin from IDCC.
From where?
IDCC Connect?
Okay, IDC Connect. What is that?
That's our mental health clinic, but I want to let the gentleman who's
All right,
standing up there go first.
okay, I'll let
Thank
you speak after Mr. Cunningham. Give me 1 minute.
Please, thank you.
Well, good evening to everyone. As most of you know, I'm Asher Cunningham, a board member, but I'm coming to you today to reintroduce myself. Still a board member, but I am currently the Vice President, Community Manager with JP Morgan Chase for Flatbush. And so I wanted to introduce myself within this capacity. If you didn't know, JP Morgan Chase has made a $20 billion commitment into communities of color like Flatbush and East Flatbush. And so that's what my role is centered around. And so my role is really focused on working with nonprofits, small businesses, government entities to really bring the breadth of Chase into the community. So I'm the face of Chase, working with all entities within the community, Community Board 17, Community Board 9, Community Board 14, to really bring Chase and everything that Chase does within the community to really uplift the community. So I would really love to partner with all the nonprofits, the businesses, small businesses, and I'm really your connect into the world of Chase, whatever you will need business-wise, to really move this community and all communities across Brooklyn forward. Just note that in Brooklyn, there are 5 community managers, and Flatbush, which I'm the community manager, I'm the community manager for Flatbush. There's a community manager in Crown Heights and other places within Brooklyn. So I would love to connect with many of you. Again, Asher Cunningham, Vice President, Community Manager with JP Morgan Chase.
My first question is, does Community Board 17 get some money since you sit on the board? That's my first question, you know.
We can talk offline to see. I'm not going to promise any money. But again, my role really, I bring a lot of the services and all of the other partners within the One Chase world. So that means corporate social responsibility, and others who can also fund organizations. But just know that my role is focused around financial health, financial literacy, and is a starting point in those conversations.
All right, thank
Any
you.
other questions?
Yes. The person online? Go ahead. Oh, I'm sorry. Are there any questions for Mr. Cunningham? Yes. You have a card.
I don't have any on me, but I can give you my email address. I'll come to you.
Okay. The person online.
Hi, thank you so much for having me. My name is Arna Lipkin. I've attended the meetings before, but I couldn't get
Yes.
there tonight. Sorry about that. My name is Arna. I am part of IDCC, which is Interborough Development Community Center. It's a mental health clinic. We serve all ages starting at 1. We also do psychiatric evaluations, which is actually very important for if anyone is looking for supportive housing, you need a psychiatric and social evaluation. We do family counseling, individual, and I am actually part of what's called the Connect program. I've spoken about this in the past. In short, we do casework, we help with vocational, we have peers, and we have our own therapists that actually go out to the community to meet people. If they want to have their session at a coffee shop, at the library, we also do that. And last part of our announcement I wanted to mention, we have a LSA Young People's Recovery, which is substance abuse. It's right here in our clinic. It's an amazing program, great staff, and that's outpatient substance abuse. The peers go with you to appointments. We work with the DA's office, have different educational programs, career programs. So it's a full service program. Thank you so much for having me. I will hope to be there next month with my flyers. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Lipkin. Are there any questions for Ms. Lipkin?
Well, let me just give my number really quickly. I have my own number is 929-677-0060. That's 929-677-0020. You can call our office too and then ask for Connect at 718-778-0485 to get an intake. Thank
All
you.
right. Thank you very much.
Great meeting. Thank you.
No problem. Ms. Lusant, did you have anything that you wanted to add? I know you weren't here when I called your name earlier. Do you have anything to add? Ms. Illegal, before you sign in, can you just step forward real fast? And then you can go back to sign in, please. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is Khadija Illegal. She
is now the chair of Public Safety and Transportation. So please welcome her. Would you like to say hi to the, would you like to say hi? Not that you were late, just that you were signing in. That's all I said. I didn't say anything else. Congratulations, by the way. Agency, community session. George, you have something you want to add? Agency, step on up. Still community session. The other community session. Any other community session. That means anybody from the community who has something they would like to say. Okay. I see you. Go ahead, Mr. Tate.
Good evening, everyone. Yeah, my name is George Tate, for those of you who don't know me. I'm here as a co-chair at the Brooklyn-wide Intereducational Council for the Aging. I want to invite everyone to our next meeting. We meet the fourth Wednesday of every month at Borough Hall from 10 o'clock, from 10 to 12. Well, from 9:30 to 10, they have breakfast, then the meeting starts at 10 o'clock. They are advocates for the aging. They are an arm of the New York Statewide Senior Council. Okay, I left a few flyers regarding a webinar that they're having on the 25th. They're also, I also left flyers regarding the Medicare fraud that's happening. So I don't see a lot of seniors over here, but I'm sure those of us who are, those of you who are not seniors, have some seniors at home. So if you don't have the flyers run out, I was promised that it will be going out in the newsletter from Community Board 17. So please check that Community Board 17 newsletter. And if you have any questions regarding either one of the two things that I mentioned, please see me. I'll be right over there. Thank you very much. I hope to see you on Wednesday at Borough Hall.
Thank you, Mr. Tate. And welcome to work. I thought you were retired. All right. Next. I think we will have the legislative report. So all the people who represent the legislature, please step to the mic to my left. Go ahead.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Mrs. Cook. I live at 282 East 35th Street, Brooklyn, New York. I'm a member of the community. I'm here this evening standing on behalf of residents of the community of Community Board District 17. So hereby call for the members of Community Board 17 to remove Chair Daly from the position of Chair of CB 17. According to your bylaws, a member can be removed for cause of misconduct, neglect of duty, which materially affects his official acts and reflects badly upon his character and his board. We have witnessed Chair Daly blatant abuse of authority by interrupting or preventing members of the community from speaking on community concerns and or sharing information. We have witnessed Chair Daly attempt to convince you to remove one of your own long-standing board members while refusing to address the reasons why simultaneously using valuable community meeting time to do so. Under Chairman Daly's administration, we have seen a reduction in the board's committees, which were designed to mirror the city agencies to better serve community concerns, citing the lack of staff due to the work to maintain the committees. Community Board 17
I'm sorry, Ms. Cook. 1 second, Ms. Cook.
Interrupting me, Mr. Daly. You
Cook.
when I am on the when I'm on and I try to speak, you tell me I could not speak. I have to wait till another month. Sorry. I am speaking now. I'm taking this opportunity.
Ms. Cook, can I finish my statement, please? As a community member, You know,
No, don't interrupt
you
me.
make-
I'm still speaking. Community Board 17 has historically maintained a staff of 4 full employees, district manager, community coordinator, and 2 community associates. Under the current administration, the office staff has crumbled and the service to the community has suffered, which reflects badly upon the board. I am going to continue as a community member, person in the community. Everybody is afraid of Mr. Daly for some reason. The bylaws read as follows. Pursuant to the Community Board 17 bylaws dated April 17, 2024. Pages 3, removal of Officer 4. I'm citing it so you can go and look for yourself.
Pardon me, I'm sorry to interrupt. Pardon me, I'm sorry to interrupt.
District 17.
Pardon me.
Chairman Daly should be.
I did allow for you to have additional time, but unfortunately,
Of material effect.
as a matter of equity, your time
On this.
must be yielded.
Associations being documented in.
As a matter of equity, your time must be yielded. I'm sorry, it's just out of fairness. Everyone did abide by the timing.
You know what? I am going to have the media here next time I come.
It's okay. I mean no disrespect your way. Your words are respected, but for the sake of time, we have to be equitable.
Calling on the Brook.
This is your first official verbal warning. I'm not pushing.
Yes, you're leaning on.
This is your first.
I'm sorry.
We have mandatory
Pardon
training
me?
sessions.
Sergeant at Arms, let her finish. Just let her finish. Let her finish.
This is not an appropriate use of time. Pardon me. You cannot co-opt the meeting space, ma'am.
The notes in the online.
Ma'am, you cannot co-opt the meeting space.
Have the officer
I'm
remove her.
sorry, unfortunately, we cannot forcefully remove her. So I said,
Thank you. Thank you.
so,
Thank you for your remarks. Thank you.
hold on,
Thank you.
hold on. Ms. Cook, thank you for your comments. Next.
All right, point of order. Just for the record, to be clear, what Mr. Daly just said was we cannot forcefully remove
Exactly.
her.
So, exactly.
For the record, I just want to be clear, no one is trying to forcefully move anyone, but the sergeant at arms is the person whose job it is to keep us to time and to keep the mic in control of whoever's allowed to be speaking. And that's why Ms. Wilkerson, who is a board member, who is the sergeant at arms, tried to stop when you went over time. But as a community member, you absolutely have the opportunity, the right to express yourself, and no one is trying to stop you from expressing yourself. I just want to make that clear for the record.
Thank you, Chair Oni. And just to reiterate, I am here to help offer support as it relates to anyone's needs, meaning if you feel any particular concerns in the space with your voice being heard or not being heard. I am in red. I should be hopefully visible enough for everyone to see me in the space to know that you can come to me. Your words are respected when you are up at the podium, but please, I am an enforcer of time and will hold that accountability for everyone equitably in this space. So kindly, may we resume with the gentleman at the podium, if that's okay, Chair Daly? I'll reset the timer.
1 second. Just to be clear, I want to be very clear. Every community member has the right to speak and express their opinion. And as a chair, that is my responsibility. So thank you, Ms. Cook, for your comments. Next community member, please state your name and involve the community.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Kevin Blaze. I'm a local author. I am new to the DOE. I wanted to introduce my series to you all. It's a fictional series about dogs against wolves. The plan is to get it into the schools, in all the schools.
I'm sorry, can you just
Step back.
Just, I mean, you can talk, but when, because you enunciate so well that it projects really deep.
My plan is to get it into all the New York City schools. I not only want to get my books into every school, I want to take it to an animated movie, but I also realize the importance of our youngsters knowing that they can do fictional writing. The Shrek franchise has made over $4 billion, and we have only been consumers in the kind of books that turn into those movies. So now when they see Kevin Blaze, they say, wait a minute, that idea that's in my head, I can actually start to work on it because I have someone that looks like me that sat in these same seats that is doing this work, that is trying to turn their work into animated movies. Nobody has a better imagination than our youngsters. The problem is that the only representation that they're seeing is rappers and athletes. So I've come to change that. The world is getting much smaller, and our youngsters need to know that there are other options out there for them to participate in. I also created an introduction to creative writing course where I talk about trademarks, NDAs, copyrights. I teach them the components of creative writing because it's something that you can benefit from if they are just told that they can do it. My other book is a home buyer's book where I'm teaching us why it takes us so long to buy our first house living in America. As of 2018, Blacks in America's average age to buy their first house was 48 years old. We're going backwards. We owned more houses in America in the past than we do now, and nobody's teaching our youngsters the process. You shouldn't be waiting till 48 years old to purchase your first house. But again, nobody's teaching. They're not teaching at home. We're not teaching in the schools. And this is where I come in. So I tell people I have the best of worlds. I have information and entertainment. And I also have for the home buyers book as well. I'll be in the audience if anybody, I have flyers, business cards, and I'm just there to introduce myself. Thank you.
State your name again.
Author Kevin Blaze.
B-L-A-Z-E?
B-L-A-I-Z.
B-L-A-I-Z-E. All right, thank you. Are there comments or questions? We'll start. Assembly member Waterman online. Assembly member Waterman. I know she was feeling well and she was going to join us online. Javon? You have no comment? No? Giovanni? Bianca, and then Pierre. Where did Pierre go? Mr. Gideon? Please join the line. Yes. Please note I'm sorry, hold on 1 second. 1 second. Please join the line as well. Thank you. Tamisha, there were 6. I'm missing 1. Who? Dalton is, Monique, Assembly Member Waterman is going to be on. Go ahead. Let you go first since you're up there.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Giovanni P. Kwan. I serve as Chief of Staff and Education Liaison for Councilmember Rita Joseph of the 40th Council District. Great to be with you all this evening. A couple updates on our end. Councilmember Joseph at the last stated meeting, which was on February 13th, last Thursday, passed a piece of legislation focused on expanding access to student journalism across New York City high schools. And this piece of legislation is calling on the Department of Education to focus on research and data and looking to see which schools have student newspapers and student journalism clubs for youth, because this is one of our biggest initiatives that we are passing and fighting for this year. So we've successfully passed that bill. We also held a hearing on special education services in New York City public schools on January 30th. We had a lot of parents, educators, advocacy groups discuss the concerns and issues that they face when it comes to special education across our city. And Councilmember Joseph also had New York City Public Schools there as well to ask some questions in regards to the issues that many parents face, whether it may be with their IEPs or school busing and so forth. So if you are know someone or you yourself are experiencing issues and related to special education, please feel free to reach out to our office. Councilmember Joseph chairs the Education Committee in the New York City Council. So if you have any education concerns, particularly related to anything in New York City public schools, feel free to reach out to us. In the community, we have a couple upcoming events that our office has shared with the community board to be disseminated out to your mailing list. So we'll be sure to promote that. Councilmember Joseph will be doing a story time at the Flatbush branch, Brooklyn Public Library on Friday. It's going to be a Black History Month story time. So if you have any youth or know anyone, please let them know to come out. As always, our office has housing assistance with the Churches United for Fair Housing from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. every Thursday, and on Wednesday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. led by FDC as well. Just a reminder, 3K and pre-K applications are open and the application window closes on February 28th. So if you have any young ones or you know of anyone who has 3K or pre-K kids, make sure they go to the myschoolsnyc.com account and they log in and they apply for 3K. If you also need help navigating early childhood education care or anything of the sorts in the community, feel free to reach out to our office. Tomorrow, the council member will be chairing an important oversight hearing led by the Committee on Education focused on early childhood education centers across the city. We have been seeing attempted closure to early childhood education sites, and providers have been experiencing a lot of issues with their leases and the support that they get from the city. So we will be having an oversight hearing in the New York City Council to address that issue. In another token, we obviously know that immigration is a huge concern, particularly right now with the new federal government. Our office has been hosting Know Your Rights webinars and resources for community members. So if you ever hear of catch any wind of anything, feel free to reach out to our office as well. And lastly, D-theft is a huge issue in our district, in our community. We have gotten a lot of calls and complaints in regards to that. If you or you know of anyone who's experiencing those concerns, feel free to reach out to our office. Thank you.
Thank you. Bianca, wait, is Assembly Member, are you on? Assembly Member? Ms. Stevenson, come on up.
Good night, Community Board 17. Good night, Chair Daly, all members of the board. My name is Bianca Stevenson. I am the Community Board Liaison to CB9, used to be here. And Catherine has graciously agreed to switch with me today because I have a conflict next week. So she's going to go to CB9. Okay, so I just have a few announcements. As you all know, that Community Board application for this season is now closed. And you will be hearing from us, you know, those of you who had to reapply, new members who did apply by the end of March, beginning of April. If you are appointed to your board, then the appointment would become immediate. There's a few things coming up at Borough Hall. The borough president, he has there's free tax prep going on in Borough Hall until BP Reynoso will have that until April the 9th. Incomes of $65,000 or less for an individual, incomes of $93,000 or less with dependents are eligible. So you make an appointment online and you can come down to Borough Hall for free tax prep. The FY 26 capital applications are now open. City agencies, nonprofits, cultural institutions and public schools are eligible to apply. Those, I don't have flyers here, but all the flyers were sent to your board office, so you guys could probably access it through Ms. Farah. Also, the 2025 Borough Cultural Grant Program funding is also open. New York City Tourism Foundation is now accepting applications for the 2025 Borough Culture Grant Program. Grants help with marketing and promotions of arts and cultural programs and events. You can apply for that one until March 3rd at 5 p.m. Also coming up at the Cortillo Library, you can speak with one of our the Borough Hall's constituent services representatives at the Cortillo Library, and that's every other Monday until May the 12th. Finally, homeowners benefit and NOPV info session on February the 20th. The NYC Department of Finance and BP Reynoso are hosting a session on how to lower your property taxes. That will also take place at Borough Hall, and the session will be held from 5 to 8 p.m. And that's all everything I have for you today. Thank you very much.
Hello, can everyone hear me now? Hello? Hello?
Yes.
Yes, we can hear you. Okay, perfect. Thank you so
What's
much.
okay?
I'm
It's
a
okay.
bit under the weather today. My Dalton Robinson is there from my team. So please bear with my voice. I'm so sorry. Thank you, Chair. Thank you to the board here and the members, and thank you to our district manager. I'm going to thank everyone for coming out to my swearing in last month. Thank you so much for your support. This weekend, we just had the Black Legislative Caucus weekend And we were able to bring over 100 people from the district to Albany to go to workshops, and there was events. And one of the biggest workshop we kicked off was to talk about our bill, the New York State Office of Gun Violence Prevention Act. That act, basically, I don't know if everybody, I think I mentioned this before, the White House has closed the Office of Gun Violence Prevention. The state is the highest level of government that has that is rolling out a plan and have an Office of Gun Violence Prevention. We put in a bill to make sure that no matter who's in office, that the Office of Gun Violence on a state level do not go anywhere. We want to expand it, make sure it has more funding and support for the nonprofits on the ground to help reduce gun violence. We have a couple of upcoming events. We have a mammogram. Dalton will have the flyers there to make sure that we are for Women History Month. And we also will have our Vital Voice meeting that we do monthly. It's an 8058 Vital Voice community meeting. We will be having job opportunities. There'll be over 25 employers there. There will also be entrepreneurship support. Our youth will be displaying what their skill set with entrepreneurs, and small business support with small business administration and small business services. This was at PSIS 66 from 1 to 5 in partnership with Department of Labor and various agencies. We do have, I know my time is short, so I just want to go over one quick thing. The Coastal Project, there's a project that's being built that they would like the Coastal 1481 Troy Avenue. We stand in support of the community board along with the council member and senator, that we stand united with the community members, that there's a lot of things that aren't answer questions and things that poses a health risk to our community members. So we want to make sure that they, DEC have a conversation with us, letters were sent out on all levels, and also to halt the expansion until we have a conversation about how the impact is to our community. So Dalton, like I said, is there. I want to also edify one thing. Another thing, we had someone was murdered recently. The murder happened outside the district, and unfortunately, it is someone that lives within the district. We are working with our anti-violence group to provide support for the families, as we had a number of shootings and people murdered from the year kicked off. Even though gun violence is down, one is too many, and we had one too many already for the area. I am going to finish off right now with that, and I think that is about it. So thank you so much for this time, and I'm so sorry my voice is the way it is, and I am working on feeling better. So thank you so much. I appreciate everyone, and Dalton has other updates that he can share. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Gideon, next, I don't see outside of the podium. Is there somebody over there? I'm sorry, are there any questions for the assembly member? Dalton, she said you have flyers to put in the back. They're in the back already. Thank you. Mr. Gideon?
Good evening, everyone. Good evening and greetings, Chair Roderick Daly, the executive officers, District Manager Sheriff Frazier, who's not here, and of course the Assistant District Manager, who's been very helpful, the community board members, elected officials, and their representatives. My name is Pierre Gideon. I'm the Brooklyn Borough Director at the Community Affairs Unit within the Mayor's office. I definitely want to come by and say hello to everyone. I'm not new to here, but I'm new in this capacity, and also just to bring greetings from the Mayor's office. But before I go to that too, I would like to say it's a continued tradition that the chair started earlier in celebration of Black History Month. The very first person to actually achieve. Hold on, let me tell you. Give me 1 minute, please. It's right now. Yeah. So there was a African American who actually earned his first doctorate within the Americas, and this would happen in 1876. He earned his doctorate from Yale University, and also to, he did incredible work in the field. So I wanted to bring at least continue that tradition. In addition to that, too, I wanted to say congratulations to everyone who continues to do the work within the community, whether you're doing books, everything is inspired to someone who sees it, who can actually learn from it. So thank you everyone for that, for the work that you're doing. And in terms of the mayor's office, there's a lot of things that's been going on. As of right now, there's over 20,000 illegal guns removed from our streets. $30 billion, back in your pockets, through different things that have been done through our office. And also $2 billion in medical debt has been forgiven. Alongside, 4.7 million total jobs have been brought into the under Adams administration, and there's still more things that are being done currently right now to actually bring more things to community in needs, jobs, especially for people who are within the minority communities who need it. And there's plenty of programs that the mayor is funding to actually help make that happen. So I wanted to bring that forward, some of that information forward today, and also to let you know that Access Benefits NYC provides a lot of benefits, whether it be help with tax, whether it be help, if you're a business owner, all of that stuff is free and is provided through the city as well too. And yeah, I think that's some of the major things I wanted to bring up. I think the last thing I'll say too is that we're gonna have a jobs, if you want to call it jobs fair, that's happening on February 27th. That's Thursday. Jobs NYC February Hiring Hall. So there will be agencies there, other private employers there as well too, who will either be offering jobs on the spot or will actually be, offering opportunities to help people get jobs. So please feel free to go on New York City's jobs website. Thank you.
A question for Mr. Gideon. See none, Mr. Heredia? So is there someone in front of you, Mr. Heredia? I think I threw out a jacket. I can't see. Tanisha, come on up.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Tamisha Thompson. I'm Deputy Chief of Staff for Councilmember Millie of the 41st District. I send greetings from the member. Unfortunately, she couldn't make it today. I have a few updates. So this upcoming, tomorrow, Thursday, the council member is partnering with the Brooklyn Children's Museum from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. for the Black Future Festival. So if you guys have time, you can bring the kids, you can stop by. Tickets can be purchased at brooklynkids.org/BFF. This upcoming Saturday, the member is going to be hosting her monthly community advisory board meeting at our office located at 400 Rockaway Avenue from 11 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. We're going to be having special guest speakers. The CEO of the Children's Museum will be there giving a presentation. And also we're going to be having Mr. Stephen Wilson, who is also a owner of a Black Art Museum history. So it's going to be very culture around Black excellence and how art reflects on us. Mondays, the member's still hosting 2 free immigration attorneys. You can contact our office. We'll put your information into the system and someone from CUNY Immigration Services will reach out to you to make an appointment. Tuesday, the member has housing services. We have a housing assistant that can come in with, if you need assistance with rent or things like that, resources on that level, he will be able to assist you. Our office is open on Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Thursday is walk-ins. Fridays is appointments only. I will be here until the end of the meeting to answer any of your questions or concerns. Thank you for having.
Thank you. You said that we heard the end time 12:30 on Saturday. What's the beginning time?
11 a.m.
So it's 11 to 12:30.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Mr. Heredia, are there any other Dr. O'Neill online? That's the only person I see up there.
Rochelle, so from Congresswoman Yvette Clarke's office.
Yeah, after you speak after Mr. Heredia.
Thank you, Chair Daly. Good evening, everyone. My name is Daniel Heredia. I'm the Legislative Communications Liaison for Councilmember Farah Lewis. Pleasure to be here this evening. I just want to go over a couple community updates from the month of January. Many of the folks in this room attended the Clarendon Library reopening that we had in partnership with Brooklyn Public Library in January. We're extremely excited that we were able to expedite this long overdue community resource to get it opened from the originally planned spring deadline and coordinate with Department of Design and Construction to get this moved up to January. And we also appreciate President Linda Johnson for coming out and joining us for the ceremony. I want to quickly touch on some of the activities that have happened around the DeCostoli waste transfer station initiative that's been happening that we've been working on fighting against. We brought a few letters we brought a few copies of the letter we sent on February 7th to Commissioner Marr of the State Department of Environmental Conservation in response to many of the concerns from the community that they were not adequately notified by this. And we also coordinating with our city agencies, DSNY, as well as DEP, that's the Sanitation and Environmental Protection commissions respectively. And we did receive a response. And today we are now working along with Assembly Member Monique Chandler Waterman on this and teaming up to make sure that we can communicate with the community board on further initiatives to make sure that we're all working in conjunction on this matter. So thank you to her senior advisor, Flobian Galbraith, for making that outreach to our office. This month, we also conducted a Know Your Rights seminar with the Flatbush Development Corporation and New York Immigration Coalition with over 130 people on a Know Your Rights seminar regarding all of the recent raids from the Immigration and Customs Enforcement that's happening due to the Trump administration. We also are working on other initiatives in City Hall to make sure that we do a study on sanitation issues. We know that the DSNY has proposed a number of new initiatives that are harming homeowners in relation to trash set-out times, and we're introducing a bill in Show 1186 to mandate that the DSNY actually does a study to see how the new set-out times and see how the trash bins are affecting religious communities in all corners of the city. So upcoming things that are happening, we have a Department of Finance tax clinic. We have a date that's coming up next week on the 24th at Nazareth Regional High School. I left the flyers in the back. It looks like this. We also have one that's happening at Christian Heritage Ministries. That's in the Flatlands neighborhood. That's on the following week. So we are hoping that a lot of homeowners can come out and get some questions answered in regards to their notice of property value. We also have a number of other events for Black History Month with Unapologetic Black celebration for next week. That's happening at the Brooklyn Museum, as well as a Black History Family Cook-Off that's happening at Canva at PS 361. So on behalf of Councilmember Farah Lewis, I wish you all a beautiful evening. I'll be in the back till the end of the meeting if you have any questions. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Another question. Sorry. The trash cans. Can you maybe have the person in charge of the city, like the council sanitation component? Because it is a burden on many individuals and additional cost to individuals. Because they really, to find out there's a real study done and the impact, financial impact that it has on homeowners to be able to buy 3 or 4, whatever the number is, of garbage cans. And if you have a multiple dwelling, you have to have more. And economically, especially the rise of everything else, congestion price and all that stuff is just too much.
Right.
So is there something that the council member can do through her office or in conjunction with somebody else to discuss that and have it removed, actually?
Right. Thank you so much for the question, Chair. So in regards to the mandated city bin, so just to clarify, for background, the city is mandating covered bins, specifically the New York City purchased ones. Those are actually not required until 2026. You can use your own 55-gallon bin until that date when they will actually start mandating that you have the one that you purchased from the city. Now, in terms of the city council is looking at a number of ways to sort of counteract what is happening, whether we're trying to, right now we're in budget season, so we're pushing for the administration to fund subsidies, especially for seniors who are on fixed incomes, because they're the ones ultimately who have to pay the largest price for homeowners who have any units from 1 to 9 units. Now, the problem is, you might remember from the last general election that there were ballot proposals, and because people were not adequately informed by the administration, that the one that actually authorized more powers by the Department of Sanitation to change the set out times and to mandate bins passed, because people were not adequately aware of what those ballot proposals did. And that pretty much gave the mayor unlimited power to set those fines and to set those regulations. That is a city charter revision that this council is not so easily able to resolve. However, we're definitely working through the budget process to see if there's ways that we can subsidize the cost, even though the homeowners will still ultimately have to use those bins. So we'll see how the budget process plays out, but Councilmember Lewis is definitely trying to find ways to subsidize those costs for our constituents.
Thank you very much. Are there any more questions? Yes. Go ahead. Ask away.
Yes, Mr. Heredia. Yes, my question is regarding, are you aware there is a backlog in the distribution of the trash cans? Because this weekend, I had two phone calls asking me, do I know anything? Because I helped them request it. And it's been almost 3 months and they still haven't received it. One of them called last week and they told them there's a backlog, but they didn't give them any information. So I was wondering if you guys could take a look into that.
We've definitely heard from a number of constituents saying that the bins were delayed. I remember I ordered mine and it took 3 months to come, and that was last year because I ordered it right when the form opened up for my house. So I definitely hear that, and the council member has definitely been hearing those. Specifically, while it's a private vendor, we've been told, the city doesn't really control its auto, environmental control, blah, blah, blah. If you need to fight a ticket as a result, you can come to our office and we will help individuals fight their sanitation tickets if it's because the bins have been delayed. This is not something that the DSNY wants to compromise on, but if you or a neighbor have gotten a ticket, our office will help you fight it. As long as you can show us the receipt that it came, that it's extremely delayed, we'll help you fight that.
No, it's not a question of the tickets. It's just wondering what's happening because they paid for it 3 months ago. And they can't get any answer.
We can help reach out to it. Again, it's a private vendor, but in terms of getting any fines, that's where we would come in. But if you can share with us our contact information is the back, we can reach out to DSNY to see if they can make an exception.
Yes, ma'am. Go ahead quickly.
I tried to get since from October, I've been trying, and I called.
I'm sorry, you need to state your name.
State
your name. State your name.
Norma Watson. I tried to call up from October to see if I could get 3. I could not. So then they said they don't have any, it run out. So I was told by 311 that I could go to the Home Depot. I have to go 3 different Home Depot. Anyway, I got it at Cropsey Home Depot and it's cheaper than even what the city is selling it for. I paid $37 for mine. So if anybody's looking, you could search the Home Depot. It have the logo and everything on it, and it's cheaper than the $50 that the city is quoting for it.
Thank you for that information.
Thank you, Chair.
Dr. O'Neill?
Hi, good afternoon. I won't be long. So I'm the Director of Constituent Services for Congresswoman Yvette Clarke. Wanted to let you all know that if there are anyone with any immigration issues, that they could definitely contact our office. We're working hard and heavy with the immigrant community right now. A number of events that we do will basically be virtual because we don't want to create events that will be magnets for ICE detainment. And so to find out more about the various events, we ask that everyone go to our website and sign up for our e-newsletter where you'll get information and updates. And it's Clarke, CLARKE.house.gov. And if you need to reach me in our district office, it's 718-287-1142. And again, I'm Rachel O'Neill, Director of Constituent Services. Thank you all. Have a good evening.
Thank you very much. Are there any other elected official or other representative online?
Yes,
So
hi.
Go ahead.
Yes, hi. This is Tanika Strong, the Chief of Staff at Senator Roxanne J. Prasad. Just want to let you know about our upcoming events.
I'm sorry. You said that too fast. State the name again and what office?
Okay. Taniqua Strong, the Chief of Staff of Senator Roxanne J. Prasad of the 19th Senatorial District. Want to let you all know about, you're welcome. We'll let you know about our upcoming events on February the 26th. Senator Prasad is hosting our mobile office at Vandalia Senior Center, where we are bringing the office to the community to provide resources and any information that the community would like to receive from us. Then on March 4th at our district office, which is located at 1222 East 96th Street, we're hosting our Canva. Canva will be on site and they will be providing SNAP enrollment on site. So if anyone would like to come, please feel free to contact our office to sign up at 718-649-7653. And if you have any questions, we do know there's a lot that's going on in the community. So if you have any concerns, you can call us at that number that I just shared, or you can email us at Prasad, PERSAUD, @nysenate.gov. Thank you.
Thank you very much. All right, we are at roll call. Mr. Secretary?
Good afternoon, everyone. Please just say here when you hear your name. Afre, Anderson, Antoine, Bakkerden.
Call every name, don't skip me.
I didn't skip a name. Celia Bellin. Celia Bellin. David Boatswan. David Boatswan. Teresa Brereton. Brereton. Teresa Brereton. Benicia Colon. Benicia Colon. Asher Cunningham. Daly.
Here.
Herminia Daniels. Thank you.
Here.
You got it. Natasha Duncan. Natasha Duncan. LaShawn Freeman. Charles Galbraith. Charles Galbraith. Rose Graham. Gail Grandison. Ronald Green. Ronald Green. Michael Hill. Michael Hill. Whitney Humphrey. Whitney Humphrey. Kevin Jason. Sit here. Thank you. Doris Jones. Doris Jones. Trisha Lewison. Edith Mark. Brandon Mathern. Brandon Mathern. Daniel McCabe. Daniel McCabe. Donna Grant. Thank you. Jabril Morris here. Fatima Mohammed. Fatima Mohammed. Khadija Aluo. Thank you. Mazarat Oni. Cariato. I only said that right. Cariato. June Prasad. June Prasad. Deborah Pointer. Deborah Pointer. Aaron Roth. Aaron Roth. Bernadette Selby.
Bernadette Selby, Kimberly Shelley, Antoinette Smart, Tyrone Stearns, Kamara Swaby, Simone Sylvester, Hezlat Turson, Margarine Vigilant, Kenrick Westcott, Melanie Wilkerson, and Ivor Wood.
While we check. It isn't. We're just double checking to make sure that we have quorum, so we can vote on the minutes. 21, there are 48 members of the board.
Anyone that just came in? I think Teresa?
Ms. Burton.
Hi. 22 is now the new head count.
I think we have 48 members because I believe there are 48 members on the board. So quorum would be 24 times 2 plus 1, so it's 25. So we don't have quorum. By the way, just for the record, the November minutes are in your boxes and the emails. Please double check them. We're working diligently to get December, January, and hopefully February by March. Yes, Mr. Secretary? All right. You double checking the numbers?
Yeah, you're right.
48, right? Okay. All right. So we do not have quorum. So we do have a number of license that we do have to address. I know that to sign off on them, but I would like, would you like to clean them up at this time? All the liquor license applicants, please step forward. Liquor license applicants, please step forward.
Good evening, Hassan Bakr, Commerce Committee Chair. So
event space, liquor license, event space.
yeah, Sugar to Go LLC. Hi, Ms.
Right here, right here.
Right here, Miss Watson. Miss Watson,
Ms. Watson, right in front of me.
come right there. All right.
Yes.
Is Quillox Lounge here? Quillox? Okay, they're not here. All right. And Zari is here. And of course, we have our only cannabis license this evening, Legacy Lifestyle LLC. Who's representing?
Come forward.
Yeah, come right here. All right, so I will start with you, Miss Watson, from Zaria Event LLC. Oh, and by the way, just go right to the mic here so they can hear you as well. All right, but just as a point of
I'm sorry, Mr. Chair, can you just do me a favor, just maybe just unplug one of the mics and just give them so they could face the audience so they could see them? Instead of their backs are turned to them. Just, yeah. Please stand, face the audience. Please stand, face the audience.
Yeah, come down here, Miss Watson.
Everyone, Now, yeah, right now. Stand and face the audience so they know, see you.
Okay. Got you. So Ms. Watson, you'll be just telling us about your business, pretty much the same exercise you went through last night. And the committee, or just, I'm sorry, the board will ask you some questions if there are any. But I did want to mention, so Quillox Lounge is in here this evening, Chase Flavors is in here, and Promise Lounge is not here as well, just to point of clarity. But go right ahead, Ms. Watson.
Okay, good night. My name is Norma Watson. I am the owner for Zora Event Hall, and it's located at 1770 Nastron Avenue. We have a space that we occupy 80 plus people. Indoors, we have like 80 people, and we have a beautiful outdoor that everyone during the summer, they rush to have that space. We make it so attractive and homely that everybody wants outdoor. And that holds another 30 people. And we welcome small birthday parties. We welcome 50th, 60th, 70th. We welcome baby parties, baby shower. We welcome anything like meetings. We also accommodate a church on a Sunday in the community because we think God will put God in every little thing. So even tonight, I have one there. They say they come to pray, which I said to them, just take it easy with the AC. So they're there, I leave them there praying, and when they pray, they just lock up and leave. So it's an access to the community. We're not that expensive. We try to go within our means and look at people's needs and work along with them, because some people, they can't afford a big wedding, but they can afford a small place where we can make it comfortable, homely, and people can relax, and the wedding can go through just the same. So that's what we do. We don't want to open until late. We close like 2 o'clock, but grace period. We go already with this call, and we have to stay a little later. Anyway, that's much about it, and we don't have any problem in the community. We don't get tickets because we try to be on par with everything. So we are within the community. Anyone who wish to come for a repass, I give them a big discount. It's always a very small discount because I go sympathetic for everyone who have a family who passed away. And that's about us. We decorate also to make it pleasant for everyone. So that's about a little bit of what we do. So we welcome each and everyone in the community and all around. We thank you for listening.
Thank you, Ms. Watson. Appreciate that. Any questions for Ms. Watson before she finishes from the board?
There's one here, second vice chair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good evening.
This side, behind you, Ms. Watson, over your right shoulder.
Somebody wants to see
Here, over here.
She's there.
Good evening.
Okay. Yes.
So to clarify, the license you're applying for is so that your guests can serve liquor, or do you sell liquor, beer, wine?
You know what? I don't sell liquor. I don't drink, I don't sell, but my customer comes and they want to serve. I think this is one of the main reasons why I have it, because when they want to serve, if I don't have a license to protect them, then I'm in trouble just as them. Because then the community police will just rush in and that's it. So I try to protect them by having the accommodation that everybody can be comfortable.
So basically she's asking is, are you asking for a liquor license or to serve? Doesn't matter who drinks it. So is it a new license, a renewal?
So it's a renewal license.
Oh,
for
renewal,
the
okay.
wine.
That's what she's asking.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
All right. Sugar to go. How are you? Good evening. Good.
Good night, guys. Blaze, how you doing? I represent Sugar to Go. Sugar Restaurant is a branch off of Sugar Cane Restaurant that's been in the Caribbean community for 22 years. Sugar has been on Newkirk and Rogers. This is the second year. So we are just doing a renewal of our license. We are a nice, trendy, upscale, fun restaurant that accommodates the Caribbean community. We're Trinidadian based. And, I think we have actually uplifted the corner that we're on. The neighbors love us because we've made it beautiful and we've, kind of been embraced by the neighborhood, and we're happy to be in Flatbush. I grew up in Flatbush, so we're just happy to be there and to be part of this community, Community Board 17. And that's it. Thank you. Any questions?
Yeah, any questions?
Any questions from Ms. Watson?
Ms. Gums?
Sir, I apologize. I didn't know.
I don't see any questions. All right, thank you.
We do cater. We do cater as well. We do. So it's a full restaurant. So if anyone comes for an event, so we cater the entire. Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right, thank you. And,
Mr. McFadden?
and we have Mr. McFadden from Legacy Lifestyle Cannabis.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
My name is Shanduk McFadder. I am the CEO of Legacy Lifestyle Cannabis. This is my partner, Sylvester Emanis, Chief Operating Officer of Legacy Lifestyle Cannabis. And this is our attorney, Jeffrey Hoffman. So just so we know who's here up here with us. So we're applying for a license to open up an adult use retail dispensary at 5911 Church Avenue. We have received a card license in New York. It's a conditional adult use retail dispensary license, which allows us to sell legalized cannabis. If you don't know, the MRTA was passed in 2021, and to date, the sales in New York State is at $1 billion in retail sales and revenue. So we're not coming to this community with the first retail dispensary application. We're coming with an opportunity to bring it to East Flatbush and to generate revenue in East Flatbush for the community. Many of you may not know, but when the law was changed, there's a piece there that speaks about community reinvestment. Currently, I'm part of the New York Cannabis Retail Association, which is the largest retail association in New York that holds over 200 plus retail dispensary license owner. I am on the board as the Director of Community Reinvestment and Outreach. I've been doing that for many years, dealing with community and building up communities. That is my passion. And through cannabis, my goal is to take that revenue and reinvest it back into our communities. So when we create sales revenue in this community board, there's a 4% tax that goes back to the local municipality that helps build up the community. So when I sit here and I listen, and I hear nonprofits and communities talking about building up opportunity, we're talking about taking a negative and turning that negative into a positive. Our space will have security. We will have cameras all around protecting the space. We are a drive-through, so we are in this Black History Month, two Black men looking to make history, become the first drive-through dispensary within the state of New York. That is our goal. And so any questions around the dispensary, we can answer any questions. I don't want to take up too much time. Just want to give an explanation of the business that we looking to bring in East Flatbush.
Any questions? And this is from board members? I thought I saw her hand first. Your hand, sorry. Well, no, if you're not a board member, so I'm sorry, you couldn't, yeah, it's only for board members.
Yes, good evening. I'll be brief. Thank you for being very clear and detailed on your business. In this district, and quite frankly, throughout the city, there has been a lot of pushback, admittedly, with approving cannabis licenses because of the presentation of it being a community detriment. So I was encouraged to hear that you mentioned that there is an aspect of what matters to you in terms of community reinvestment. I just wanted to know if you could offer a little more clarity on what that would look like with the collection of sales tax, where.
Sure, of course. So one, away from a dispensary itself, bringing in tax revenue. So when someone, we look at where we at. So my vision is, we're not just gonna bring revenue from East Flatbush. We're looking at the traffic that's coming up and down Church Avenue, Kings Highway, people that's passing through our communities that don't spend money here anyway, right? So they pass through, they come, they make a purchase. The tax on that is 13%. 9% of that goes to the state. 4% of that goes to that local municipality, which is CD17, right? Then that 9% that the state has also goes into a 40% reinvestment back into the community. So that means community-based organizations you don't have to touch cannabis. You don't have to do nothing around cannabis. You just have to be providing services to communities that are disproportionately impacted by past marijuana laws. So if your organization is helping somebody who comes in these areas that's been already identified, then you can apply for resources, funds from revenue throughout the state to help build up your communities. That's something that I'm working on and planning to be part of in Community Board 17. Separately, as a dispensary, that's our passion. So it's me and him. So we see our revenue and we're talking about saving the community by taking some of our revenue that automatically goes back into gun violence prevention and community resources. That's part of our goal. You're welcome.
Mr. Cunningham, you had a quick question? I saw Mr. Cunningham. Oh, it was answered. Okay, thank you.
Second Vice Chair has a question.
I also had a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Good evening. Thank you as well for your presentation. What are the closest approved legal cannabis locations to you?
So based on what we saw, the closest one is about a mile and a half away. So the way that we had to check the proximity map, right? And we had on the Commerce Committee a concerned member that were worried we were too close to a school. Before I did it locked in, we got our lease and we have taken possession of the property. We assured that we were clear. We submitted that to New York State Office of Cannabis Management, and they gave us proximity protection. 500 feet from a school, 1,000 feet from another local dispensary, licensed dispensary.
And look, you're in like the building that was an old Dunkin' Donuts?
Yes, and old Dunkin' Donuts.
Okay, and then with the size of that building, it's quite large. Are you just taking drive-through purchases? Are people supposed to stay in there at any time? Like, what's the nature of the business?
Good question. So it is a retail dispensary space. So we will have a retail community environment. You can come in, experience. We'll have bud tenders. So we're going to be employing the community. We're going to put out for jobs for people that are from East Flatbush to bring them in. If that's something that they want to learn in this industry that's being built in New York, to help bring people into this business is our goal. So we will definitely be hiring. And when people come into the space, they'll have someone that can engage with them, as well as someone just wants to pass through and pick up and purchase, they can, as well as we'll have delivery.
But they can't use on-site.
No, so there's a on-site consumption space, but New York State doesn't allow for you to smoke inside of any place where you're selling cannabis. That's against New York State regulations. It allows consumption if you have the right space for air and everything else, but you can't smoke where you sell the cannabis products.
Okay, thank you.
You got it.
I think Jabril had one last comment, right?
My question was regarding to how.
Oh, apologies, sorry. Did I skip over somebody? I thought you were sitting down.
No, sorry.
Oh.
Board members can ask questions.
Asking if the tax on the cannabis.
But Ms. Watson,
only board
yeah,
members.
it's only
I'm
board
sorry.
members, so just have a seat.
Only voting members can ask questions.
I had a question.
Yes.
Regarding the process behind checking identification for participants. Is there going to be either like an ID scanner, or are you just clearing that, and what is the regulation behind that and how your business?
So yes, yes, obviously.
Sir, can you ask your question and answer both at the same time?
Okay.
Yes, and I also wanted to gain clarity on the question from our second vice chair. You mentioned about having bartenders, so can you also just, I guess, go in depth about your intent for the space? Are you planning to make it a social club? Just explain bartenders' idea in gathering in there, drinking, just going a little bit more on that.
Excuse me, yes. My apologies. Normally, I'm very clear. And if you're not familiar with this community rules, you'll say bartender. So what the correct term is bud tender. All right? So legally, you can't mix cannabis and alcohol. We gonna mellow them down when they run around there getting out of control. This is the mellow, not to act crazy and no disrespect to alcohol, right? But I'm just saying this is a different type of, so the bartender is trained, we bring someone in, they might be somebody who's been smoking their whole life and decide, I wanna get into this business now. We train them and somebody now wants to come in and learn about it. So they've been trained, learned about cannabis, learned about, it's not just about flowers. You have edibles, you have vapes, tinctures. There's healing properties that people don't understand that we're educating our community on. So we want to bring people in training and education. When someone walks into the retail dispensary, they can meet someone who can help them understand what's happening there and help them make a purchase that would make them feel better later on. Okay? Thank you, brother. Do that for me one more time, please.
I was focused on the process behind checking age and identification.
So we, along with our security, work with a company called Curate. It's an IT tech company, as well as our security company is SolLink, right? So we have contracts with them where everything that happens through our process is being recorded. You can see every step of every process, as well as you have to have your ID scanned. And we have a process ID Go that checks every ID prior to them even being able to make a purchase.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much. I think we're out of time.
Yeah, we're gonna run out of time. We're running out of time.
Go ahead. Quickly. You get the last question. Go ahead.
Donna McLean Grant is the name. Two follow-up questions. You mentioned about security. Will you have physical licensed security officers who are trained in the cannabis space that are licensed as security officers?
Second question at the same time.
Question.
Is about your give back to the community, and I did hear you give some suggestions. I guess we're looking to see how your funds will be sponsored contributions to daycare centers and different, activities and organizations in the community. So I heard about the 4%, but your organization or your company as it relates to the direct services in the community, if you can speak towards that, because I'm sure you did.
The first one again was what? Security. Okay. So yes, so we're currently in the process of checking the cost for us to have armed security versus regular security. That's what we're gonna, so we're not open yet, so all those things are in our conversation. So we prefer to have armed security while we're there. We're also gonna have electronic doors. It's not easily just walk in and walk out type of environment, okay? And when it comes to the community reinvestment, so I've been running a nonprofit myself for many years. And I know what it takes to build up fiscal capacity. I know what it takes to have to apply for discretionary funds. And what I learned as being a leader of a nonprofit is that there's no sustainability. So in cannabis, my vision is sustainability. I'm not no longer applying for funds. I'm generating revenue. So in generating that revenue, I can now I've been at Community Board 17 for years having conversations. So when I hear that and I'm able to meet with someone, it's our discretion. When you show us your program and what you're capable of doing, and I come out with you and see how you're serving the community, we don't have to go through no red tape. If it makes sense, we want to support our community.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Have to move on, Chair.
Yeah, no problem. Okay, so
thank you.
So just as an FYI, we'll be taking the vote now, right?
I don't think we have quorum.
We still don't have quorum?
No, we do not.
Oh, boy. Okay.
Has any member walked in after the attendance?
That doesn't know what you do.
Um,
And unfortunately, Legacy Lifestyle was here last month along with Sugar.
So what I'm going to do, I'm going to have to call a special meeting to do that, which I kind of don't want to do, but I guess I'm going to have to do that.
Yeah, we do need to do that. That's fine.
It's fine. So can you do me a favor, please? Can you shoot me an email?
Yeah.
Requesting a special meeting so that we can have a special meeting for the license and minutes, right? So we have the license and the minutes.
Okay.
And the budget. Because we're also supposed to vote on the budget tonight, which is also due. Yes, Ms. Tamisha. I'm sorry, can you step to back? I can't hear you completely. Tamisha. Special meeting, not special election.
Okay, when you guys have the special meeting, I don't know if you guys want to vote then or not, but when you guys do vote on it, since a few of the businesses are in the council members district, I believe you guys are too, it's kind of iffy. I was trying to find that out. Can you please inform our office on if it was passed?
That's fine.
Thank you.
They are
Sugared is in, Councilmember,
Lewis is district.
no, yes. Well, they're not here. Rudolph, Chase are not here.
Yeah.
But I know the two of you are in Councilmember Lewis's district. And you're Councilmember Lewis, Mealy's district. Yeah, you across the street from the gas station, next to the, next to the Mitsubishi dealer. That's you. No, that's yours. We're on this side.
Yeah.
That's you. All right, so I'll get a special meeting on that, and we'll try to get that done within the week. Just shoot me the email, all right? So we have 3 items, thank you, gentlemen. We have 3 items to discuss in the special meeting. 1 is the budget. 2 is the minutes, and 3, the license, right? So, ADM Farah. Can somebody look at the website and tell me what meeting we have on Tuesday? Can somebody look at the website and tell me what meeting we have on Tuesday? Rather than that, let's move on to special report board members. I know I have 2 comments. Are any other board members have any comments? Are there any other board members? So 2 comments. Comment number 1, March 22nd. I would love to have all of the board members come out to the naming of the conference room on March 22nd. I think it's 3521 Church Avenue, the renaming of the conference room for myself, and the lounge for Curtis Nelson, and the kitchen for Dawn Swody, for the event for the community, for the yard. So we'd love to have your support on that. 2, as you know, basketball thing for young people. So on Wednesdays, we have basketball for young people to come out within the community at Winthrop Junior High School. We're co-partnering with Sesame Flyers. So if you know young people, 18 adults, right? Come out, get them off the street. They love to play ball. It's winter, it's cold. Come and play ball 7 to 9. And young people, not just men. So if you know you think you have ball, you feel like my friend Bridger's on that. She plays ball a little bit, right? So to come out for that. Did anybody get the date? There's a meeting on Tuesday.
There's no committee meeting.
So then, Farah, can you send out it for a special meeting on Tuesday, the 25th? So 3 things on the agenda. 1, approval of the minutes. 2, approval of the budget. And 3, approval of the license. And it will be virtual. Okay, it will be virtual. Thank you. Before I move on to are there any other community? I would like to acknowledge Mr. LeBron Burnett. Right, I would like to acknowledge Mr. LeBron Burnett, who, Mr. LeBron, can you stand, Mr. Burnett? Mr. LeBron Burnett was a former board member and also former first vice chair and head of transportation for Community Board 17. So I would like to acknowledge him. John Bunyan Street that we voted on a couple of months ago, that's scheduled for May 16, 2025. May 16th, 2025, right at the Erasmus High School, so right outside Erasmus. It will be called the John Bunyan Way, right? So please do come out, please put on the calendar, May 16, 2025 at 11 a.m. Business. New business. Seeing none, can I get a motion to adjourn? I see, Kadisha, you got your hand up first, go ahead. State your name. Second.
Seconded.
No, you can use the mic, that's not fair. Somebody else. Gail Gravison. Motion to adjourn. All in favor of adjournment, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, please say nay. The time is now 9:13. Meeting is adjourned. Really come out, really come out. Can we turn off the phone? Oh. Yes. Got a lot of, so.